Have you ever finished a session with your coach or mentor and left feeling totally fired up and ready to make all these great changes to your life and you couldn't wait to get started? Yeah, me too. And then what if you found out like a day later, you're just back up to your old habits and shenanigans? It's okay, but what if I told you that you could have the most amazing, intelligent coach that could offer you tailored sound advice from anything from relationships to businesses to weight loss to starting a YouTube channel. And best of all, they're available at all times and completely no cost. Too good to be true? I don't think so. The idea would be that you are the coach. So don't get me wrong, I have loved my mental health posse and have used various versions of this for years. This includes therapists in the past to deal with trauma or couples counseling, life and businesses coaches. I was even enrolled in a life coaching school. Right now, I have a business coach who's helping me with this YouTube channel. So I am all about paying those professionals. And also, I wanted some way to use all those insights that I'd gleaned and tools on a daily basis and incorporate it into my daily life. And so I realized that there was an opportunity there to kind of look at myself in a reflexive way as my own coach. I used to see a therapist that was just 2 blocks away, and I would leave completely in awe and ready to put some of those ideas into action. And by the time I got home, I was instead wondering about what I was going to have for dinner. So it happens. But as your own coach, you can learn to use those tools and mindsets on an everyday basis. And so today in this video, I've got 3 ways to, to do that, to how you can become your own coach. And the first one is to adopt the mindset of a coach. So if you've ever been into a therapist or a coach or a mentor, or even just watched one on TV, you know that they will usually sit quietly, listen to you talk, but one of their superpowers is that they ask good questions. So you want to get into that mindset of asking yourself a good questions, particularly when I say something like, I don't know and I'm confused. I really try to turn that back around and say, but if you did know, what would you do? Or if you were somebody who might know what to do, what might that look like? Now, I'll say I do a lot of this in my journal and writing, and I'll have another video soon. If I have one already, you can find it here. But but that's one way I kind of get that coaching underway. The other thing about a mindset of a coach is that they're compassionate. They're not going to harangue you or call you names, and that is certainly much better than a lot of us talk to ourselves. I have another video about that, about self-talk and how to use your reflection as a prompt to remind you to talk nice, not only to yourself and to others. And also, one thing that at least the good coaches I've had is they give you space. So again, I talk to my friends about things that are going on in my life, but sometimes when I'm with my friends, especially the ones I don't see, I just can't wait to find out what's going on, and I find myself in a hurry to talk. And with a coach or a therapist, have you ever noticed that sometimes you'll just sit there and there'll be this space, and it can get uncomfortable, and that's the space that you are supposed to fill as the client. And so if you can give yourself that space as a coach, as your own coach, that can look like writing out your question and then just taking a minute, or doing some deep breaths while you think about that question and look about that answer. It can look a lot of different ways, but I think that that's just something that coaches and good mental health professionals do. And then the second thing that has helped me with becoming my own coach is paying close attention to what's going on in my body. Now, if you'd asked me before what kind of attention I paid to it, was like when I was hungry and thirsty, maybe, or if I was being active. But honestly, I didn't really connect. There was my body, here was my mind. And one thing that good coaches will do, or you might pick up when you're doing any kind of course on coaching or mindfulness, is paying attention to your body. So that has all the benefits of bringing you into the present moment, checking in with your breath, but it can also allow you just a little bit of distance from your thoughts. And honestly, that's a lot of what self-coaching is bringing awareness to your thoughts. That's why we ask the questions. And that's why we'll look at the body. So, for instance, right now, I can feel my shoulders are a little tense and that my jaw feels a little tight. And that's because I recognize that that's how I feel. And that's what my body does when it's nervous. And I am a little nervous. I'm in a camera and I'm planning on, excuse me, I'm filming in front of a camera and planning on sharing this with YouTube. And so I understand that. But just by focusing in, even just stating that just now, it reminded me to take a breath, let me be present in the moment, slow my talking down, and be here for you as I share my third tip, which is a daily commitment. So when I say committing to this idea, I mean go ahead and declaring, I can be my own coach. I can do this. And that's going to sound awkward at first. You probably won't believe it yourself. I mean, the things I say out loud when I'm starting a new project sound contrived. But part of that commitment is a daily recommitment. And that can look a lot of different ways. For me, it has to do with the practices I try to do every day, which are to do with journaling, a bit of meditation, and I count meditation when I'm playing with my cat for sure. Mindfulness, starting this video, keeping track of my body, little things throughout the day. And so I don't think it needs to look overly complicated and you have to do whatever suits you. But I think having and instilling that kind of daily practice can keep you in that coaching framework. And the effect I've seen is that I talk to myself much nicer, much better. I've seen other habits that I wanted to start, like strength training and this YouTube channel, starting a life coach, talking to others about my self coaching. It's really encouraged that. And so I'm hoping this channel and these tips will help you. Again, those are to adopt the mindset of a coach, get get uh, get interested in what's happening to your body in the sensations you're feeling there, and try a daily commitment and practice to keep this in mind. If you like this kind of tips or you have any suggestions that you would like to include on how you could be your own coach, I'd love to hear them in the comments. And there'll be more in-depth videos about this topic and whatever other topics I feel like my viewers might be interested in. So be sure to subscribe and keep a lookout for those. Thank you.